All right, so let's take a look. Well, let's review some concepts from algebra that we might have forgotten. First off, that slope formula. That is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay? It does not matter what you determine as point 1 or point 2, just remain consistent. I always flip-flop them. I do the first point is 2, second point is 1, and I just go across. It makes my life a little easier. But if you are dead set on having, hey, this is the second point's right here, then this is 2, stick with it. Okay? Perpendicular lines have opposites, reciprocal, slopes. What do we mean by opposite? Who can tell me? What do we mean by opposite? Anybody? Bueller? What do we mean by opposite? How about this? If it's positive, what's the opposite of positive? Negative. What's the opposite of negative? It's positive. So that's what we mean by opposite. What's a reciprocal? Because this is important. Who remembers? Reciprocal means that we are flipping the fraction. The numerator goes to the denominator, and the denominator goes to the numerator. So if I have the following 1/2, the opposite reciprocal would be -2 over 1. Okay? All right. Parallel lines are the easiest. They have the same slope. And then just a reminder for slope-intercept form, that is y equals mx plus b. That is the form we are going to use in order to determine the equations for some of these lines, okay? Questions on this? Anything? All right, so example 1, it says determine if line M is parallel to line N, okay? So what we do is we find 2 nice points. In this case, this is a nice point for N. This is a nice point for N. We need 2 of those. And then this is a nice point for M, and so is this guy right here. So I need to find the slope of line M, which is going to be using the slope formula right here. I'm using the 2 points. Looks like -1, 2 and 2, 3. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to label this my second point. This is my first point. You can flip-flop those. Just be consistent throughout. So I'm going to have here 2 minus 3 over -1 minus 2. This leaves me with -1 over -3, which leaves me with a positive 1/3 slope. All right, now we're going to find the slope of line N. Right, Luis? Upsy daisy. The slope of line N. Okay, if I wait, did I make a mistake? I don't know. Okay, here we go. So I'll have to flip flop these in a minute. So I'll have -2, -4, and 1, comma, -3. Now I did make a smidge of an error here. Nothing huge. This was actually line N, and this is actually line M. Sorry about that. There we go. All right, so now finding this, why is it doing that? Good Lord. Now finding this slope, again, I'm going to label this as my second point, this as my first point. So I'm going to take -4 minus a -3, and I'm going to have a -2 minus a 1. This becomes positive, leaving me with a -1 over a -3, which becomes positive 1/3. So are these lines parallel? Yes or no? Yes, they are. So we have parallel lines. Because parallel lines have the same slope. I want you guys to do the you try it's A and B, please. A and B. Okay? I'll give you a minute to look at those two. Or I'll give you a couple minutes. All right, get going. Yeah, pick 2 nice points. Yep. And you're gonna have to pick points on the test, so I want you guys to have that skill. Remember, 2 nice points per line. Okay. Denise, you got your phone? Phone. That's okay. That's why I remind you. So here's the answers to those slopes. All right, and seeing if they're parallel in this case, or the second one's perpendicular. In this case, these did not have the same slope, which is what you were trying to go for. So therefore, these are not parallel lines. Finding the slope of B. Okay, again, we do not have opposite reciprocal slopes. You would need this to be positive 1/4 or this to be -3 for them to be perpendicular. So these ended up not being perpendicular to one another. Questions on that? Is anybody writing this down? Show of hands if you are. Okay, I'll give you a minute. Doing okay?
Tired.
Long day?
Well, last night.
I'm sorry. Soccer game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like we're putting our cabinets back. We need to paint them up. Like they came to work on them, so my dad we're just cleaning the house. So all the dust,
Yeah.
putting everything back.
Yeah, I gotta do that with my house too. My puppy ate all my heels.
It's the worst thing when you just move into your house.
Yeah.
Moving about 3 years ago to play with you.
Yeah.
It was pain in the butt.
And then you're still going through boxes. Yeah, that's us too.
So yeah,
I get it.
Still going through something.
Yeah, us too. I 100% get it. Alrighty. Let's move on to the next page. Flip it over. Oops. Wrong one. Okay, so if you guys take a look at this, points are given to you, okay, to help identify things a little easier. Not much, just a little. All right, so if you guys look, let's see, right. Jeez, I'm losing everything today. All right, if you guys look at line Q, okay, so line Q, I'm just going to highlight it to give you guys an idea of where line Q is. All right, so there's line Q. Now, if we look, we were given this point and this point on line Q. So this point is -4, 6. So that's what I'm going to write here, -4, comma 6. And the second point they give us is, looks like 6, 0. Okay. From here, I'm going to just solve for the slope. So I'm putting points here, slopes here. So my slope, if I label this as 0.2 and that is 0.1, I'm going to use my slope is equal to 6 minus 0 over -4 minus 6. This leaves me with 6 over -10. And we do need to reduce this. So this is going to be -3 over 5. Okay, so that helps us get the slope over here. Now, if you guys look, I'm going to identify these other lines. Line R is right here. Line S is right here. Line T is right here. Line U is right here. And line V is right here. I want you guys to identify the points given, and then I want you to find the slopes. I'm going to give you quite a bit of time to do that, okay? Go ahead, yeah. All right, find the slopes. Let's go.
Right? It's hard to tell. Think about going. I said Michael. I swear, they said Australia last year, but all she would do, like, they would ask her how was your day? Like, what'd you do yesterday? And then she was like, yeah, I'm still so tired. I went to the journey, but I'm still so tired. What time do you wake up for?
Depends, usually like 5:30. You get taken to school.
Looks like it's looks good and a lot.
Yeah, because he shows up late every Saturday late to school.
Yeah, that's
So he wakes up at 6:15.
why do you ride the bus then?
Because whenever I go with him, I'm late to school. So
So you mom just tries every day.
my dad.
Okay, so you're looking at line R. So line R.
Is it cool having it?
0.
You don't like it?
And then
Because
you have
I know
yeah.
like a lot of their guys he's friends with, they'll come over to my house, but I know them
Hold on, guys. Any
both
questions
because
on that?
they're his friends, but also because I have like
Ladies, any questions?
So it's weird.
Hold on. Questions? Not yet. Dan? Maybe? Sure. You got one?
Does he hang out?
well, it's never really on my house. I don't even know what's going
Let's see. Yes. Huh? No, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna check. What's the? Stop saying this. Yeah, you're doing good so far. Any questions over here, guys? Anything? Yeah, what's up?
I'm just trying to.
Let's see. It's rise over axis, you gotta flip flop it. So it's like 4 minus a negative 0, or I'm sorry, 0 minus a negative 4. And then it's on the bottom, -1 minus 0. Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to reduce it after, so, yeah. So, you would punch that in your calculator and just hit the math bracket, and it would be reduction.
How far did you look over here?
Anybody have any questions over here? No? Anything here? Louise, what are you doing? How you doing? A little confused?
Yeah.
Okay, it's right there. You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. I gave all the equations at the beginning. You need to have those equations in order to be successful in this. Okay, so write this down. Right here, slope formula. M equals y2 minus y1 all over. No, like division sign. Okay. Zoom. There.
Alright.
Now put x2 minus x1. Okay. Now take this and do these. You gotta find the points and then find the slopes. Okay? Because this is a skill on your test. I want to make sure we got that. Okay? Do it at least twice. Something. Show of hands. Who's still working on it? Okay? That's fine. I'm gonna give you guys some time. Why is it on this call? I know, yes,
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? You start from lines are.
Yeah, I'm right.
Yes.
Wait.
I didn't put one.
Can I change? Can I have my right?
I don't think.
Which paper? Oh, actually. Which paper? Which paper? Two. No, you can see it. Oh, it's a negative.
I can't even breathe. My allergies are shitting.
Can't breathe?
To my nose.
Oh. That makes sense. All right, last call. Who's still working on this? Okay. All right, let's check out those slopes, okay? So these are the points and the slopes for, well, we did line Q, so I'm just gonna scoot it up. Here's R, S, T, U, and V. Are there any ones you'd like me to go over? Okay, so if these are the lines and the slopes, we need to identify which are parallel and which are perpendicular. If we look here, we have Q and we have V are both are parallel because they have the same slope. You have S, line S and line U. Those are parallel also because those have the same slope. Lines that are parallel are R and S. So R and S are, I'm sorry, not parallel, perpendicular, because those are opposite reciprocal slopes. And then R and U are also opposite reciprocal slopes. Now, if you look here, we have R is perpendicular to two different lines. Do you think that's legal? Is that okay to be? It is, right? Because can angles equal 90 degree? Can we have 90-degree angles with parallel lines in the transversal? What do you guys think? Yeah, we can. It just means they're all 90, right? So in this case, just remember that that is okay. Because S and U were parallel, so R is just going straight through them as a transversal. Okay? Questions on this? Comments, concerns? Oh, which lines are neither? T. T is the one that is left out. T is the cousin you don't talk to anymore. It's a shame. Shame, really. I hate it. I hate seeing families broken up. Questions? Homework's on Delta. It's posted. Have at it. If you have questions, please see me about it. Okay? Okay. Those of you watching at home, have a great day.